Hello, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. Just push these buttons to be sure. Hopefully, the audio's okay. Sometimes my voice audio goes haywire at the beginning, and we have to go through the song and dance every time. But hello, everyone, and welcome. We do have some new Vampire Survivors content that dropped. There has been a little trickle in between when we last played it, between the Among Us content and this, but they just added crossover content from the Contra series. Whole bunch of new characters and weapons and whatnot. So we got to go in and see that. Before we do, though, we do have the kitties on camera right now. We actually have all five. We have Sky in Ember's normal spot, and thus Ember relegated over to the white table there. She is loafed up. Slight indignation there. Mason has taken the pillow, which I expect is why Sammy is displaced over to the shelf. And then Sherbet is in his little house looking out the window. If zoom in here, if you're on the widescreen mode, which is available on YouTube as well as the tall format view, you can see, I can zoom in the cameras a little bit, or at least I can magnify the view. But Sherbet is napping with his head in a position that he can see out the window. Oh, but yeah, Vampire Survivors. Check the audio here. What do we got it set to? Okay, the music is on. I have sound effects on this turned off because the sound effects generally end up being just overwhelming after a while. They sort of drowned everything else out. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Hey there, King. Okay, so apparently we have to try the new level to unlock the first of the new characters, but they added 12 new characters for this. Let's see, I don't have all of the characters. They added a couple here initially. Or recently. Several I haven't unlocked, but, maybe we'll revisit that. You watch my stream, King. That is the relationship. One is fun to use. And we'll start with crewmate. Crewmate is very straightforward to use because of the megaphone. It is effective. And I think that's the one that needs the red crewmate minion to get. Now, will I actually get access to that? I don't know. Apparently, this is a side-scrolling level that they added. Sammy bailed on us. I don't mind jokes. They vary. There we go. Let's go with the normal version here. Turn off endless for now. Now let's keep endless on. Why not? We'll turn off hurry. Leave limit break on. Oh. We're going to take safe bets here. Let's see, we have bombs would kill everything. Yep. I don't know what some of these power-ups do, but I mean, I bet they do. Bet they do something. Skizaber's armor. I think that's green that we'll need. I do not dislike jokes, King. If you have one, feel free to ask it. Or say it. So mount doesn't help me. I have a Skizaber. It looks like some of the new weapons will be affected. Little fighter jets, all kinds of stuff on this one. I currently don't have any fire weapons, though. Whereas... we're just messing around at this point, I guess. That affects a lot of the new things, too. Made bad choices. Homing missiles. Armadillo. Oh. I have Skizaber. I think it's armor that I need. Pull up a random equipped weapon. Gives revive. Does not occupy a weapon slot. Ooh, nice. Okay, I should have paid attention to what was available here. About... well, there you go. Interesting. Okay, let's go try to get some of the new stuff. There we go. Mini crewmate for the microphone. Wonder what those do. I mean, they're like the weapon power-ups. What they look like is the weapon power-ups from Contra, but you turn off the sound effects. This sound, well, this is one of the things you can turn down, and it's can be nice because it can be a very obnoxious thing. Metal Claw, I presume, is the red slashes coming off me now and again. I have an aura that looks akin to the garlic aura. Hey, you got the map. What the map button was. There we go. Neat. These little black squares tend to be where the new characters are. If you're not aware, this is the kind of game that we're working on making. One of the things I haven't figured out how to do, there's a toggle for it, I've lost track of it, is getting the characters to have a Y-order rendering. So things that are further down on the screen render on top of each other, kind of thing. So I've largely just grabbed random stuff because I don't remember how as much of it, how all of it works right now. Music seems like it is a port. A pull over here. Enemies seem to match the series. So far, their crossovers have been pretty good. I thought Excalibur was armor, but maybe I'm mistaken. It's been a bit. Does it even have a upgrade path? I don't see it in here. Could have sworn I'd upgraded it before. Ah, yeah, no, armor. Okay, armor upgrades it. Flying bug thingies now. Hey there, 3. Playing some Vampire Survivors. They added crossover content with Contra. Yeah, I'm using one of the Among Us characters from the last DLC. It was the last DLC. Hey there, Shadow. Welcome. Oh, that's right. I think the Excalibur does that as part of its combos eventually. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Alien Hive territory, looks like. How do we get there? How do we get there? Here we go. Early Contra art, and I expect some of it later. As well, had a lot of Giger Alien inspiration to it. It's kind of catchy. Let's see if we can spot Sammy in a moment here. Let me guess that she jumped over here. Loading camera. Nope. Looks like Sammy is stealthing on us, but we'll check one more spot. if she shows herself later, we can switch over. Just Vent and Megaphone, the call and alert thing, are some of the really powerful things from the Among Us DLC. All of the Among Us weapons are actually pretty good. What's your question? Social activity and social interaction in mutual activities with people tends to lead to potential friendship, but nothing is guaranteed. One of the boss monsters, little biped tank thing. Okay, get the mini shapeshifter. We needed that. Love how out of place the Among Us guy is in the sprite art. The vent ability, if I recall, turns into a really powerful screen-wide AoE. Hey there, Bacon. Homing missiles are kind of good. Bad idea to play a bit more of this lately, since the it's been a bit, and this is the sort of game that kicked off the craze for survivor style games. So looking at it and seeing what was it that I really liked about this. Just started playing maybe 15 minutes ago, 30? 3? I have played this game a lot in the past. Where's that? Oh, okay, that way. It's up. These are... Oh, that was convenient. Yep, stream has only been going for a little bit, 33. Giving me the garlic style aura. No. Beasties in their tubes. Yeah, generally not a bad thing to make sure that you're you're getting enough sleep, but simultaneously that not so much that you're missing out, you know? It's that just enough kind of thing. A little bit, Zell, a little bit. We're revisiting some of our inspiration here. One thing you can really see here, Vampire Survivors, especially after their initial release when they updated stuff, their sprites are much more higher res than I'm using. Let's see, ballpark. And they've got to be getting close to that 100 tall kind of territory. Being generous, maybe like in the 50 plus territory tall. Like one of my sprites would be around his boots to knee kind of thing. Which allows for more detail, but also means you need to incorporate more detail or it doesn't look as good. Here's the first new character. With the player sprites closer. So with the player sprite, we can actually see it here. Now the player sprite looks like 32. I wonder if it's just the zoom. Sure, there is at least one board there that's targeted towards art there, 3. Art and things you made kind of stuff. Yeah, 32 is probably reasonable, Zell. Yeah, that's definitely a category that I made on the board for people to post stuff like that. Anything else special on the screen? Anime and similar is a thing that inspires a lot of people to get into art. Those are pretty big looking. That a new mid-boss kind of mob here. We're gonna discard the Megataglios and similar. We're gonna touch them to trigger the enemies appearing. We'll get some gold eggs, but I don't want to have the items just yet. Their upgrades are good, but I don't have any of the upgrade weapons for them. For as much that's going on, it's a pretty calm game, isn't it? Not familiar with that one, then, 3. Maybe if you speak out the acronym, I might recognize it. Okay. Homing missile upgrade. Okay. It needs... Oh, well, that was convenient. Duplicator and weapon power-up. Show me explosions. Ooh. Oh, swarmer kind of missiles. Look at them go. So this is why I've been spending so much time on performance optimization in my game. is look at the amount of stuff that's on the screen right now. Monster-wise, I think we're in pretty good shape as far as the count. But we have to be cognizant of all of the other little things and objects that are being put on the screen. The experience, the items, health bars, GUI, that kind of stuff. These affect what I'm carrying. That would affect Excalibur there. This would affect the lance. This doesn't really help us. Counterpart. Anything here? Maybe. Alright, let's go with Gemini then. Just kind of winging it. I definitely botched the cards on this run. We're just going for unlocks though. I know that feeling there, 3. Times when your body says, nope, it's sleepy time right now. Wonder if the aura is from one of the little minions. How rested you feel can be a variety of things, like your diet can impact it, general quality of sleep, like the circumstance that you're sleeping, you know? How deep sleep you get. Sometimes you can get, you can sleep for a long time, but if you never hit that kind of deep sleep, it might not be restful for you. Probably won't be restful for you in those circumstances. It's a highly variable thing, you know? That can shock you, but ultimately it won't. Things like, you know, slapping your face, or you know, inflicting any sort of like minor pain, the pinching your cheeks, that kind of thing. Some others. Technically not even caffeine, you know? Yeah, I think we're getting to that territory, Zell, where I've got to figure out something other than on-screen entities to render. Especially like the weapon particle effects and whatnot. Coming up with some other way to present them that is more efficient, and I might need to be looking into new techniques. Treasure boxes, see if I've upgraded any weapons unintentionally. At least one just upgraded, probably Excalibur. Oh no, the venting did. Excellent. That one's powerful. Unjust ejection. This one is very potent. It essentially turns one side of the screen into a massive damage zone. Need to max armor to upgrade Excalibur? I think you needed to max it, but some of them need that. And it tells you how many enemies are killed by that attack. We've already upgraded one of the weapons. We've got the homing rocket upgraded fully. I don't know the little plasma lance, how to get that one. So I think they added, like, there are 6 different colored crewmates, and each of them has a different default weapon. And one of the ones you unlock towards the end is pretty much the imposter, but unmasked. Like, not hidden at all. Green is like, I think that is like a changeling or something like that. An imposter, but not like fully revealed kind of scenario. Okay, we got another weapon upgrade in here. I saw a video, but last night I did not get to everything because my my headphones went haywire. Oh, okay. So, emergency meeting. This one is when it triggers, it picks one of the enemy types on the screen, and it wipes out all of that enemy. Okay, what else we got? What else we got? Do we have a new thingy? Have anything for that one? Spell Strike would be a terrible idea right now. Remember what we needed to do for Sharp Tongue, but I do have the doubler, so might as well use it. Oh, excellent. Mini Imposter. There we go. So, this Who is the Imposter is the... whatever one it picks, it wipes out all of those enemies. But yeah, the Among Us stuff, super powerful. And then I have the Gemini effect with the sharp tongue, the imposter, like, alien tongue thing. Which is a, like, random target striking weapon. What do we got? That one. Just tearing them apart. These little fly across the screen guys getting dragged in is really effective. Spinach is pretty good. It's straight up useful, but one of the big balancing factors of this is limited slots. So if I take 10% damage, I can't necessarily add projectiles or pull in power-ups from further away, or and that's another vibe that I think these games need, is that it should never just be like, oh, that's plus X damage. Or if that is, then the other choices need to be just as compelling, you know? Effectively, everything should feel like a side grade. Everything should have a, like, oh, that seems like it could be good. And some of the power-ups in Survivors don't have that feeling. There are upgrades that feel kind of lackluster outside of very particular circumstances. Like, projectile speed is okay. Duration is okay. Are there particular weapons they work really good on? Yes, but kind of thing, you know? Oh, okay, this was the claw. Pretty sure. Big fuzzy fist. Pummels the most powerful enemy in sight. You can see the like those are the metal claws appearing, like, or they're like carapaced kind of blue black fists there. Okay, well that's 2 of the new weapons. Homing missiles in Punchy Fist. If we do end up not being able to figure out how to do some of them, I have the list available to me. Yeah, you look at even the damage numbers are being rendered. Really looks like I've got some learning to do. I've gotta figure out where to start for some of this toolkit. Because we might be able to get away with a lot of things like... Look at some of the enemies. It's very late in the game for being able to look at the enemies. Because I'm trying to look at things like, do they have their own animation frames? Or do they all move in unison? Like, animate in unison? I want to think that they have their own frames, but some of that might just be the movement jitter. You can see they do a lot of the same sort of movement that I'm working with. They kind of slide off of each other and just converge on you when they can. The slide off of each other movement that I've got is not refined at all. I need to figure out how to do that better still. Because I don't necessarily want to resort to just full flocking movement. But that is a possibility where I just remove their movement from the world in general. There's a boss on the left, apparently. Oh. That one got remarkably far. Oh, there we go, finally. The Legionnaire. The little red guys marching across. That is the Legionnaire upgrade. What is this thing? What is this thing you would like to say? Again, if you have a question or there's something you want to call out, feel free to just do so. I mean, if I don't see you asking if you're allowed to ask a question, then you may never get the question asked. Okay, there's the imposter tongue upgrade there. So this is a blast across that aims at the strongest enemy. So we have 2 strongest enemy attacks here. And we have reached good luck seeing anything stage of game. Especially since there's currently just one type of enemy. So the emergency meeting will kill them all at once. Banish that. I'm gonna have to take a guess at what the little plasma swords upgrade might be. Because we know the weapon power-ups go into several of them at this point. How about a cloak? Welcome back, King. I don't think the clover gave me anything. Let's grab the wings while we're here, too. She'll seek to max out more of the items here. Because if we can identify combos early, we have more fluid options as far as what we can pick up. Exactly, King. This is the inspiration game. That's why I'm trying so hard to make sure that everything that I'm making is as efficient as possible, because look at all this stuff happening. Projectiles going everywhere, mobs getting hit and having a removal animation. Now, the removal animation, I suspect, is not a sprite animation. I suspect that's a shader kind of thing, because they're kind of being disintegrated, you know? Maximum madness at the moment, though. This is one of the things that I think they did really well with this game, though, in general, is that you feel super powerful. Okay, I guess, okay, yeah, Wings was the Prism one. That's kind of what we're doing, King. We're looking at how it's played, we're looking at how we can make something. We can look up places where people have asked that and get information. Now, I don't want to just... Like saying, how did you make the game is a very, very, very broad question. With code and art, you know? But yeah, if I ultimately have a question of, oh man, how did they do this with such performance? I can't get it there. Maybe I can find an idea that's an alternate. But a decent part of the whole operation is considering alternate tools and what we can use to make it without just mimicking something. Like, this group did it this way, so that's the only way you can do it. is something that often impedes small development shops for games when they're doing their design. Is they'll get bogged down in a concept of it has to be that way because. Now, structurally, we don't get as much. Oh, that's the boss from, I think, like one of the early Super C levels. Well, there's both own twist, like there's thematic twist and content twist, but there's making sure that I know the tools that I am choosing to use or not, so that I'm making an informed decision without just jumping to the idea of, like, they did it, so that's how I'll do it. I use sprite art because I like the aesthetic, and I like the, and it's within my skill set. Both of those are a big use for me. But there's nothing that says it has to be. I also wouldn't consider that a viable... I wouldn't look at that and say, oh man, that would make the game new and exciting, you know? Right now, what we're working on in our game is to get performance. I want to have this kind of amount of things in the world, and there are definitely entities off the screen in this game. Or the little snake things. We definitely won't exceed the 30-minute mark on this because we don't have any sort of shield effect that'll last more than a second. I mean, I think the numbers have got to be that because, like, text rendering isn't cheap. Like, putting it on screen. And that would be a lot of little entities, a lot of little animated entities to be keeping track of. Just from a logistics perspective, having something where you just throw it at the screen and say, hey, render a 3 here on the screen. Oh, look, there's a little news feed at the bottom. That's very Super C. Would probably make more sense. The idea of just having it be a particle that you say render it and make it go away. Well, thanks for joining us, King. Stilt-walky bug things. That's one of the reasons I'm trying to spot their animations, and I'll try to pay more attention when there's not, like, a million projectiles on screen next time. What's this timer? Maybe I should have been paying attention to the red number. They are doing damage, though. I don't think they are the thing that does damage. But they are definitely, like, the damage that the weapon does on impact. With scaling and coloration for things like critical hits and different damage types. Well, if we'll make it in time for whatever that timer is. 'Cause I think there was like a Among Us added some like map timer stuff. Timer exceeded, and we don't have that massive cyborg presence indicator anymore. I don't think it matters because we are absolutely liquefying everything that's around. I think I left Endless on. But we've exceeded 30 minutes, so I must have left Endless on. Now, I don't know that I would actually need damage particles, like the numbers that we're seeing here. It's actually kind of useful to have this ring weapon. Hey there, mate. Around this city area, there was some... There's this great big building here. Yeah. Like, great big numbers. There's a potential advantage. So, the fact that there's an overlap there where the attack sprites aren't going sometimes means you can go into those places. Now, that might have been what the red arrow was pointing to. Maybe if I got here in time, it would, like, blow open the wall. Oh, no, here we go. I just had to walk through the broken door. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I wonder if I had gotten here, if it would have been the big skull boss. One of the early Super C bosses is you're in a room like this, and the kind of robot, giant, like, skeletal robot punches into the wall, and you're, like, running around the edges, clinging to the ceiling, fighting it as it does, like, fire breath attacks around that smashes the floor kind of stuff. References. Well, now we know that that's a thing if we haven't unlocked another level. Okay, so let's leave this level. We've unlocked Bill and Stanley. Okay, so now we know a couple more weapons. We've unlocked Hyper Neo Galuga. Unlocked the Paco Batilier. Ah, okay, yeah, they added that a bit ago. A kill lots of bats related weapon. Let's see. They added some more stuff like that. Here. Bill and Stanley. Did we ever play the Stanley Parable? We did that on stream. It was a fun game. And find special pickups. Bonuses to projectile speed and to might. Might increases armor, can find special pickups. Interesting. We're doing fine. We're doing fine. Let's try normal then. Huh? This looks different. It sounds different. Turn off endless. Interesting if I could set it to whatever it's supposed to be, you know? Okay. We now have access to a lot of the Contra weaponry, since we can kind of focus. Sort of laser gun there. Don't need that. Haven't seen these show up yet, the little fighter jet things. We'll be able to get these weapon power-ups that we know are necessary for what we're using here. Can revisit that. I don't know if we have that. Doesn't look like the gun we started with. So, you get 3 of these cards over the course of a level, and the cards influence how some of your weapons will work. They're like passive global upgrades. So you want to think about how you're going to end up playing. We'll go with Mad Groove here. Okay. His starting weapon is just awful. We know that homing missile is pretty good. But we've seen all of those, and I don't know that we want to pile on too many. Gonna get rid of Jubilee. Spellstring can be very, very, very powerful. Let's go for the Laurel, though. If we get that in the clock hand, we can stack on all of the, like, the rings and whatnot. You just have to be careful to get those last, since they take up a lot of inventory space. So I'm trying to just farm up some stuff here before we grab any particular upgrades if we can avoid it. Don't know what some of these are, but some of these do look like they will be relevant, so. Alright, game. I know of MatPat. I used to watch some of MatPat's stuff. And we're just going to get rid of the knife from the drop table. Him started. Oh, okay, here we go. Cooldown reduced by 20 milliseconds. Weirdly precise. further upgraded. Coral is good. Let's grab the homing missile to give us some breathing room here. Needs empty heart. Okay, homing missile needs duplicators, so that's just straight up good. Let's grab homing missile. We'll grab a Mad Groove triggered just as I reached for it. Take one of these armadillos to get a duplicator, which will give us the upgrade for the missile. We'll take... Gives an extra revive, doesn't occupy a weapon slot. Okay, we'll just grab all of those then. I had to guess some of those, like the winged power-ups there are increasing stuff like rate of fire. These armadillos will definitely be very useful gameplay-wise, because those let you pick an upgrade item to grab, as opposed to holding, crossing your fingers that you'll find one. Hold off on touching that. Try to get one more level for the gun. I'm a little more distracted playing this kind of game, but bear with me if I don't respond immediately. I just realized I did not greet you, Dominic. But hello, welcome back, I'm going to take Clock Lancet as well. Once we've got our full allotment of other power-ups, we can grab the rings and the Battaglios. Oh. May retaliate when losing health. Sure. As a new weapon that I just unlocked. Oh. Well, that's disconcerting. It makes the... Okay, the red ones make you rapid fire. Okay, I guess R for rapid fire? Those red bats flying across are one of the things that I'm trying to figure out, like, long-term, how I would spawn special cases like that. How I would script them to appear and move. Like, the moving isn't terrible. You just say, aim at the player and move from the edge of the screen. But they're kind of a one-off fixed interval kind of thing in the base game. Clover's never terrible. Want the axes or the scythe. Gun isn't upgraded. Why not gun upgrade? grab one more, see if we get lucky. We didn't. Hey there, Mud. Trying out the new Vampire Survivors DLC. Both because I like the Vampire Survivors stuff, and this is a Contra crossover with it. But also, you know, research. I haven't played it in a little bit. So, looking at how they're doing things for inspiration. Okay, no, the animations aren't in unison. Which means each one of these is individually animated. Now, bullets, I might still be able to do that. Really doesn't want me to get a gun upgrade. Really doesn't want me to get a gun upgrade. Finally. Whine and you shall receive. I think we went south and around last time. Let's do that. We've looped around in this same spot for long enough. One of the things that they started adding with some of the later maps and expansions is like fixed world maps, like with a map edge kind of stuff. So they added things like the tower and some of the others. There's expressly a layout to the place, even beyond there being a couple of fixtures in the world. More missiles. What does the bat upgrade? Didn't pay attention when it upgraded. One more projectile. I keep dodging those. Under other circumstances, that would be it. Those are a threat. All right. We're in the jungle. We haven't gotten to the cityscape yet. And here we are in the cityscape. I want to check all these buildings and whatnot, see if there are events and what have you. I might as well take this. It's not a bad weapon. We're going to avoid trying to touch the wings right now, though. Since overlapping with something I don't want to pick up yet. Upgrade. Oh, I already have max weapon loadout, so we'll get another one here. The pickup, you can always pick it up. Doesn't matter if you've already got a full loadout. Taglio, right. I accidentally grabbed the Metaglio left? I think so. I just can't see it on the map at the moment. This really does remind me of the kind of things that Power Wash Simulator does. They put a lot of love into their crossovers. All right, we got an upgrade here. Interesting. Prototype A is the evolved long gun. Unexpected. Okay, so I've got these little swirl projectiles here, and then the little fighter jets with me. Okay. Interesting. I think if I hadn't taken Mad Grove, some of the power-ups would be in these places that I'm going. What's that? Big pile of upgrades. Those wings, there they are. Okay, we've got all the Metaglios. I don't have... I would need the empty heart. Let's get empty heart from here. I have wings and I have empty heart. Don't know what the bats upgrade from, so let's say... Bracer. So now we will grab the rings and the Taglios. Does a lot of damage directionally. I don't like directional weapons like this. Not because they don't have a place, but the problem is Vampire Survivors, it only works based on your movement, and the only way to change your facing is to move. So you end up doing things like this. Or even worse, using mouse movement to get diagonals. And they're still very awkward. So at least in what I'm working on, I'm not going to put that kind of weapon in there. It will either have aim at mouse, or it will something else. No. I think we have anything that actually applies to this, so... Same there. That looks like a contra weapon there. It's a gun. It's only his starting weapon, though. Seems like a waste. If we can get the fire one, that would be good. I already got the fire one. Not paying attention. Doesn't look like it affects the hourglass form of the swords, though. Oh. Monies it is. Okay, red is definitely rate of fire. only about halfway in. This time I've got to pay attention to those like newscasts at the bottom of the screen and the like. Make sure I follow any of the warnings so that we can see any of the little special events. Get the Metaglios and the rings going when we don't have a better option like a weapon. We can condense those items down a bit. It will difficulty ramp us a bit, though. Since I think the gold ring and one of the Metaglios will increase creature spawn rate. Yep. The right side and the gold ring are both essentially curse items. Oop. Might be one of the first things that I work on today is getting the algorithm in place for positioning the spawn off-screen properly. And starting down the road of getting it getting the kill zone positioned appropriately. Okay, fully upgrades missiles now. Ah, okay. The missiles go out and then they hit and they turn into smaller missiles. So far, each of the Contra weapons has evolved from either just the weapon power-up, the box, the gray suitcase, or from the gray suitcase and another item. Which makes the Contra weapons kind of a definite choice as to how and when you want to use them. Since you can't just, get all of them kind of scenario. Lots of robots. Kind of all over the place in the upgrades I'm taking. We should be focusing the rings to get them out of there, but getting the prism and the fuzzy mitts would be good. We're using a weapon that flies around like that, we might as well speed it up. Upgrade. There's our prism. Time warp. You could see I had big AoE buffs when I was playing as the red crewmate. This little time warp buff around me, or bubble around me, is much, much smaller. Which will be telling soon enough. currently not sweeping the board quite as much as we were. Is to some extent just as much an indication of just how powerful the Among Us weapons are. And Lockland set in the time warp combo could be good. That's some heavy CC you can do. Hey there, Ohio. Welcome. Playing some Vampire Survivors. Oh, we got an upgrade. Fuzzy Mitts. Boy, the Dr. Claw fist here. Dr. Claw's gauntlet was much more silvery. Still. Boy, the punchy fist. More enemies means more XP. Still holding them off. I have concerns about later with this level of damage that we're putting out, but so far it's working. We get the Clockland set fully upgraded. That'll be a big improvement. Since that's the one that fractions their health every time it hits them. So let's focus rings where we can. Yeah, some people have been popping in and out of Ohio. It varies. Mostly a stream to just kind of relax and chat if you want. Watch things explode and numbers happen. So this is another aspect that I need to figure out how to do, is the way the monsters are always pushing inward. I wonder if there would be a way for me to still get the collision, but also have a way to just always drag everything in a little bit at a time. There are some often there are like keystrokes and whatnot that change the output language of a keyboard. That one out of the way. That was narrower than I would have liked. Upgrades. Wonder what the bat upgrades with, or if it even upgrades. Oh well, we press on. I mean, the upgrade to the base gun is okay. It's a directional weapon, which means I immediately don't like it, since it's the most awkward kind to use. But at least it has a wide AoE by default. You have a pretty healthy column that it can hit. We'll see that. We'll see. Still no upgrade there. Not sure what you're talking about, Ohio. At least from an upload perspective, everything's flowing smoothly. Okay, get the rings ready. So next chest we should get, I can't remember what it's called, but we should get the clock hand upgrade, which should help. Here we go. Here we go. Big tangible upgrade. There it is. Infinite corridor. Rainbow strobe death effect. Still not in the best place as far as damage output, but that helps a lot. Finish the Metaglio so that we can get the mantle. There are several places that symbol originates from, but for the most part, that symbol has been co-opted, Ohio. It's very, very hard to disentangle it from the usage of the early to mid 20th century. It is the sort of symbol that if you have to explain that you don't mean it that way, then you should probably avoid using it. And FYI, I don't really have the number of people in the stream listed. I don't keep track of it. I'll stream and chat with people, of course, you know. But if there aren't people here, then the stream still happens. Repeatedly mentioning it doesn't change anything. Shroud. Now we're durable. And we don't have a lot of kill power. I don't think the bats is terribly useful to us. It's kind of infrequent. Maybe the damage is better than I think it is. Yeah, that's the big fuzzy fist. If it's what I think it is, there are it might be the giant robot boss from Super C. It might be a different one. But they appear and they attack the strongest target. Actually not bad. They don't have mass area suppression, but it's pretty good. Yeah, they're starting to get too close for comfort here. All right, we have Turtle Boss. This one is definitely an early boss in Super C. The exposed chest heart weak spot. Effectively at max level on our weaponry, so... Oh, cool. Okay, the bat's upgraded. Okay, bats are hollow heart too. Max health affects the damage output. Let's see if... Oh, okay. Yeah, they're bigger purple-lined bats. Zooming across the screen now and again. Alright. We'll have to see if we can spot the unlock conditions for more of the Contra weapons. We're in the last 4 minutes. Shroud and Corridor are definitely helping us here. Okay. Alright, let's try to push towards that then. Go. I don't know that we're going to be able to get to it at this pace, but we're going to try. Maybe this will unlock that other level if we get it. See, there's a little news feed. like northeast in the city. There's a massive cyborg presence. Got a ways to cut through that yet, though. And the size and number of the enemies is starting to make them twitch towards us a lot. It's our entrance. There we go. It is. It's a Super C boss fight. Right down to running up the ceiling and walls. Very cool. Very cool. It's little Easter eggs. If they keep doing crossovers like this, they're kind of set. Okay, forced end. It's just like when the white ghost gets you at the end if you beat the Reaper. Yep. Nice touch. Not only does it insta kill you, it also has the robot's head react to the white ghost's approach. Okay, we unlocked Robert. Unlocked the long gun. We've unlocked the character Lance in Probotector and Newt. Well, we got to try Newt next. See. More projectile speed means more damage. Find extra explosive props in special pickups. Lock. We still haven't unlocked this yet. Okay. Oh, man. Back. We'll take that. We'll move in. Ultra hardcore. Okay. Does this weapon appear anywhere in these items? There. Kind of almost like a purple paintball or flamethrower looking weapon. There we go. Okay. It's like a black fire vortex or looks like a purple and black paintball gun. This is notable. If I'm playing a character that has the rifles, the bullets from the aircraft bounce off walls, so that's a potential big upgrade for them. Might have to go with beginning, but Mad Grove might be the way. from what I have seen, it feels like a very strong bet that if somebody says, hey, if you do this thing, I will give you free stuff with a high degree of certainty, then they're probably lying to you. Just a hunch. All right, we're going to go with Mad Groove, and then we'll see if we can take Beginning. Okay, I find this weapon questionable already. Only upgrade if we get those. Make missiles better. It does affect... Let's get Heart of Fire again. Pocket Lancet wasn't the answer last time. We don't know what he needs to upgrade. But attack speed is kind of his thing. So maybe it needs the gauntlet? Hollow Heart will give us the gloves. We're going to be a bit greedy here. Duplicator. Okay, these are rolling bombs. They go to any sort of... They get thrown up in the direction of my movement, but then they roll the edge of the screen. Skip. If you continue spamming or similar, I will have to mute you. The Silver Wind there. Just safety purposes, we're going to grab these. So we'll grab the wing as well. Get Hollow Heart for the gloves. And since attack speed increases our might, we might as well grab that. Aha. Else would be good. All the basic weapons. Seem okay. Really not sold on them, though. We'll get the wings here. Yeah. Well, the other weapons are buying me time. Well, warnings were given. For what Flash Arrow really does. I recall the base form isn't so good. Yeah, base form is bad. It is a small projectile directional weapon. But it upgrades with one of the things I've already got, so we'll roll with it. I could take knives, but I don't want to suffer through that. Don't have armor, so no rune tracer. We could take whip if it comes around. We still have slots. We could take... I don't want to use the Among Us ones for this run. They're, like, really good. This one seems good, but will turn bad later. Yeah, we'll go with Summon Knight. Not a great weapon to begin with, but I think with our duplicator it becomes more viable. Now, looking at this, I'd still love to figure out a good way to get more things on our screen. We have a reasonable number yet. I'll have to kind of try to process it out. Doesn't help that we're already at the point where I'm killing too many things to really see what's going on. This is a lot closer to where we were previously before I zoomed in. Which means when the screen is flooded, I still need to be able to handle a lot more critters. I mean, we can go with what we've got for now. Like with what I've got in the game for now, but seeing this, I feel like we're gonna need to do more. We can always do more. There's always more we can do. You know, we want to shoot for that, at least exceed expectations kind of thing, you know? Or at least meet expectations. Good question. I would have to check. I can't imagine that it's like a super high frames per second limitation. You know, I would guess 30 to 60. And we can definitely see one of the things that we found yesterday is that it's not like the enemies are uniformly coming in one giant wave. You can see them entering a little bit at a time, kind of thing. You need to get that... No, I don't want the silver ring. Let's get them out of the field here. Rapid fire... Really not sold on these diver mines. Maybe they get awesome when they're upgraded. Though I don't know how to upgrade them, so... I mean, hopefully the projectile gauntlet was the bracer was the way to go. Yeah, they kind of behave like weapons like the axe, in that they have like on-screen gravity. They drop down, but then they spin around any edges on the screen. So trees, walls of the screen, that kind of thing. The fact that something spawned in there implies you can get in there. Where would that be? Might just be an artifact. Well, we're going to get at least 3, if not 5 here. No weapon upgrades, so I don't think we got the diver mine properly. Yeah. Unfortunate. Any of that. Well, lucky clover. I mean, on the plus side, this guy gets an offensive buff from increasing, I think, his projectile speed based on what it said. There are definitely worse things. Grab. Duplicator. Clover. Okay. We have all the items we can pick up now. Because the silver briefcases don't count. They're as much a gimmick of the Contra games as anything else. Some upgrades going then. Kill these cape guys. Where I'm getting that bubble. Oh, we can get... Oh, okay, we've got candelabra. Hey, more AoE. Can't get better booms, then we should have bigger booms. So we definitely know that his weapon does upgrade. Since we can see its sprite in the it's like beginning or something like that card that amplifies a character's base weapons, including their upgrades. Cars explode, all kinds of neat stuff. You can see a lot more barrels appearing. That's apparently one of his passives. Is more, essentially more explosive objects. Which I appreciate. leveled so that we might be able to see our upgraded form sooner rather than later. There's an upgrade. Homing missiles. Multi-stage missiles. This will help. Offense increasing. Was it Super C was another one of those games that they used to show off some of their new processing gimmicks in things like the Super Nintendo and the Genesis during that period of time. You know, things like your blast processing and that kind of thing. Super C and things like Super Castlevania had scenes that were like scenes and levels built specifically to show off things like massive sprite rotation and whatnot. They were very much because we can sort of things. This is why it's hard to give up Mad Groove. Just every so many minutes you get to pick up all of the XP that has been dropped on the map without having to find like an attractor orb power-up. Going this way. Finding out what frames per second this runs at would be good as well, since reduced rendering load is always good. I feel like we could cut down to 30 frames a second on ours and not suffer anything, because sprite games don't need super high FPS. I mean, you can use it. Like, the particle effects off of stuff make them prettier, but... Card back there. Bigger boobs. Yeah, beginning shows us that there is another, there is an evolution step off of it. So we'll go for beginning. Welcome back, mate. Explosions continue. Bracer. Something that showed up is the first Contra and several after it. Whenever you encounter the aliens, they are very much the like Aliens franchise style aliens. Your Giger inspired aliens, but a lot more fleshy instead of carapacey. So here you've got the big four-lipped eggs You've got, there are face hugger looking crawly things that can show up. But yeah, I hope to achieve this level of mayhem in mine eventually. Eventually. Definitely not to the point of handling this many entities or similar yet. And I think there are some fundamental systems we're going to have to work on, but you know, we're still in the early stages. We got to keep trying, keep working on it. Yeah. Each speed upgrade is giving us a might upgrade. So, this is a character that actually benefits very heavily from projectile speed. As opposed to it largely being a, oh, that's nice, kind of upgrade. Oh, interesting. It's giving me limit break, but I haven't upgraded the fist yet. It's not normally how we do. But, I mean, potentially coincidence, you know? This will probably give me the fist weapon upgrade. Nope, flash arrows. Let me get a free weapon. You know what? That thing's not going to upgrade. Let's get the long gun in there, too. The little candy box is something they added a bit back that is a random drop from boxes like that where you can get another weapon. So right now I have 7 weapons. Normally you can only have 6. Welcome, Jonathan. Joining us for some Vampire Survivors Contra DLC. Trying to unlock some stuff for our gaming stream of the day. Make our way back over to the city, since that's where this map ends. Well, thank you. A lot of playing this game is just learning the combinations and going for the ones that blow up a lot of stuff at once. Since we've got some new weapons, it means we're taking some combinations that aren't like world enders. The game as it lives right now, if you want to just clear a map really easily and you have the Among Us DLC, take Among Us weapons. This game is called Vampire Survivors, Jonathan. It's available on Steam and mobile, I think. Once you get the hang of it, it can be easy. Until then, it can seem a little difficult. It doesn't have a really steep learning curve. Well, I haven't been able to upgrade that yet. I had what I needed for Summon Night, but there might be another thing that we need. More AoE on the rockets. Bigger explosions. Hey there, Horo. Welcome. Extra amount on a weapon is always a great upgrade. Yes, once again, hello. This point, what I think we do is we push towards the end room of the map and just hole up there. One more power-up box. The long gun should be able to upgrade. But since it is a extra item over the normal cap, I wonder if that's the limiter. 'Cause I think I have run into that before. Where if it's a weapon you get after the 6 that you originally had, it doesn't upgrade. It usually only happens with the dual weapons, like the double pistols or the birds. Maybe I'm wrong? Yeah. Oh, no. This is one of the ones I had before. Finally got it, though. Another nice strike the whole screen weapon. only on very briefly, but you essentially have fangs from top and bottom on the screen. Cover most of the screen as of the time they fire. You have a question or something else? Or was that just a general exclamation? Pin up the points. Oh, what the heck are you? Oh, okay. That was a... There's like an arena sequence in one of the Contra games. And I think that guy was from that. I wonder if he's like a little Easter egg. Maybe he unlocks something. Oh, no, it upgraded. Okay. I'll take it. More upgrades is good. Killer drones and missiles and explosions. 8 more minutes until this run completes. It's such a relaxing game, ultimately. I mean, I guess unless you're susceptible to, like, flashing light-induced seizures, it would be the opposite of that, but... You can play it with just your mouse or just the keyboard. This is much more when I didn't zoom in the camera. Okay, I think I have an idea for the ratio that we're going to need for our spawner to be off camera. Since we know the size of the screen, since we're using 1080p. Advanced weapons. Could just go for something really OP. Let's do it. Emergency meeting. This map, this particular map set is really prone to swarms of the same creature. So, emergency meeting will wipe the screen on a regular basis. Which I'm fine with. Would have liked to figure out how to evolve that weapon, though. That's generally what you need to unlock it, is to evolve the weapon. unless we unlock the new level, I think the last runs that we'll do today will be on faster mode. More of a 15-minute run instead of a 30. Doing the longer ones can make it easier to get side objectives, though. There are things like get this many of this kind of pickup or that kind of thing. Just stack the damage. There we go. Tired today. I think this game was a good fit given that. Let's come up for some back scratches here. It's jumped up behind my head, so. And since I don't need both hands to operate this game like this, it's easy to pet a cat. Hey there, Sniper. Welcome to the gaming stream. Just completed our third playthrough of the new Contra Contents first map. Haven't unlocked the second map. This is the second new character we unlocked. We had to try it because its name was Newt. Though it is more of a lizard dude. Oh no. I love how surprised he looks when it gets him. Okay, well, we still unlocked the item. Newt Pliskin instead of Snake Pliskin. Okay. So we are going to go for Lance here. He is the second of the default characters. These are more robust versions of the original sprites. Hello, Sherbet. You don't need to mess with that, please. No, I wanna. Okay, we will use hurry mode this time. Okay, he starts with, I don't know what that is, but gun with, like, wood stock. We'll take Mad Groove and we'll go from there. So we definitely need these power-ups. We'll take them early. Oh, I don't like his weapon at all just yet. Duplicator is safe bet. It's got some of that vibe now, doesn't it, Huge there? Like, I can choose from magic spells and throwing knives, or gun. Here are those. Alright, we're gonna take guesses at some of the items that we'll need here. Really wish the gun he was casting wasn't so bad. And maybe as it upgrades, it will get a little better. We'll take Silver Wind since we've already got the part for it. I know most universally they'll be better, but will it be better in a nice-to-use fashion is the question. Because, like, the dagger upgrade is better than the dagger, but it's still an upgraded dagger, so it still has all the same problems. Want, don't want. Well, it's Spellbinder. Get Spellbinder in there, too. Well, this affects his weapon, so making his bullets explode is better. A couple of reloads left. Let's get Candelabra. We can already pick up wings. We don't need to pick up wings. The extra explosive damage off of it is a big win. From that card we chose. Limited AoE was definitely a problem for it. Let's take that. Really want Song of Mana? I don't want Song of Mana. I don't have the track orb listed there. I should have taken a track orb. Alright, we're gonna up our attack power. We're gonna grab these right now. We already have the Black Heart, so that's okay. You know what? We're gonna take Diver Mines. Maybe we'll figure out how to upgrade it. Hey there, Destroyer. Welcome to the broadcast. Don't have another weapon that we really need. We can already upgrade Garlic. Alright, we'll take that. Now we'll grab Plasma Lance. Then we'll use you to grab what? We're going to get an Attract Orb. And get Spinach. Get the wings. Then we will get about Empty Tome. We have Duplicator that works with the rockets. We have Heart that works with Empty Heart. That works with the Steel Claws. We have Wings that works with the little plasma sword thing. So now, for the most part, we just level up. Level up. Double Rapid Fire does great things to a bunch of enemies around you. That merchant, get him off the map. All right then, Jonathan. Let's go to the boss arena and see if that guy is still standing. Get rid of some of these little elite enemies, get more tokens. And I am also getting permanent stat upgrades somehow. Is that a passive of this guy? I wasn't paying attention. Rate of Fire, always safe choice. And don't want to have to level so many things, so we're going to just discard these. We'll get the fourth one once it's not blocked by terrain. Get a cat back on camera. Sure bit. It's closer to maxing out. I think they have too many Contra weapons, but Oh yeah, we're building up our strength here. We want to get as many of the contra weapons upgraded as we can. That's our goal with this. Is that means you get that's how you get unlocks is surviving as characters for 15 minutes, uh, doing arbitrary things. It varies per character and objective, or upgrading a weapon. So, need more stuff, need better stuff. Discard it. Ideally, that's where the more stuff, better stuff is gonna help us out. Is keep them off of us. Getting Now we have what looked like a special character on the screen there. I recall from a speed run that character looked like one that you face off in a little one-on-one arena match kind of thing in one of the later Contra games. Something Force or something like that. I think the name is in one of the soundtracks. Able to upgrade this now. Oh, well, the plasma sword first. That is definitely possible. Carve through the mess here. It looked like a majority of the Contra weapons so far they need the little power-up box, the little gray boxes that you get at the, throughout the map. I don't know if that's an absolute thing. Oh, okay. Well, we found out how the dive bomb works. A tracked orb. Okay. Interesting. We need that one to upgrade within 2 upgrades here, so We're actually going to try to force it by not upgrading the missiles and the glove. Alright, that's what these little black hole dealies are. Okay. Okay, that gun went from mediocre to good. It turned into a, albeit random, area denial weapon, and that's really nice. Still waiting to see what our base gun turns into. We can still take an upgrade on the fist yet. What those are doing, those black holes are akin to how the Among Us vent ability works. They're creating trap fields. I'm curious now. What does Gemini add to it? The little swirly thing, the blue kind of energy circles are supposed to have a twin now. But I don't see that. Maybe there's just a second wave of it. Extra duration will help us find out. Really holding out on me, game. Luckily, I have lots of power-ups that I can take instead of that, so... It's really wants me to not get those last upgrades. Because I have the shotgun fully upgraded. If it's anything like the long gun, then it won't need a secondary power-up, I thought. But maybe I don't have the thing that it needs. Maybe I have leapt to a conclusion. Well, safety-wise, we're in good shape. We're not unlocking everything I want to unlock, but we're also super killing everything around us, so there's less concern about that. Hey, Limitless. Haven't seen you in a bit. They even have the same multiple sprite explosions at once thing when they die. Okay, well, we got the Silver Wind upgraded, or the Festive Wind here. Which is another piece that ensures that we're staying alive, since that one can heal us. Okay, there's the second projectile. We're still getting the ones launched off to the sides in addition to the spiral. Well, we didn't get the one that we wanted to level, but you even fight this thing how you did in the original game. William, we're playing a game called Vampire Survivors. It is the game that is the inspiration for the one I'm trying to make. We are playing the new Contra crossover DLC for it. Yeah, this is the level end. Outside of endless mode, you always die at the end. Got time for one more, I think. Didn't unlock any of them. We did unlock the shotgun, so we still need to level that up. About Colonel Bahamut. Greed and curse increase might. Simondo says he doesn't even need guns. It's more projectiles every 20 levels. He doesn't have a weapon. I did not make this game, William. This is the inspiration for the game I'm trying to make. We'll be doing that on the next stream at 4. No, I want to see Colonel Bahamut here. And we still haven't unlocked that level. Ah, there we go. It's Contra Hardcore. No idea, William. We're not even close to done with it. Okay, we are just going to start with Mag Groove. We're going to nab this weapon because it's our default right away. The cat weapon is funny, but we're not going to keep that. What I go for. No, homing missiles is just good. Science Rocks is an okay one, but it's actually a real burden to use right. See any of my weapons there. You do eventually want to get one of those, but it's... That's fine, Limitless. This can be a kind of zen game just to watch. Try Bracer. We didn't try Bracer with the last volley. But we do need to get that gun to spawn. There we go, Perka. The prism lens, we're going to get the wings, those bases covered. Then, so we know Attract Orb isn't it. Duplicator we need for the missiles. Hollow Heart we need for our claws. So what haven't we tried? We haven't tried Crown, Mask, Skull, and... Did we try Clover? Let's go for Crown. I mean, this is one of the kind of games I enjoy, William. Very casual, very fun to play. In general, I like a JRPG. I like games that let me level up. With permanent, tangible results. Don't want the knife. Focus on getting as many of these upgraded as possible. We know it's not the Pumarola. I'm taking that treasure. Crown is an okay thing in general. I once played World of Warcraft a while back. It's okay. For a while it was a game I liked, and now I don't. As far as MMOs are concerned, the only one that I really do anything with anymore is Final Fantasy XIV. And that one primarily when there's new content to try. All right, William. Thanks for swinging through. Hey there, Ashley. Welcome. Hopefully we'll figure out what the shotgun upgrades from. Let's get the stone mask, since that's one we haven't tried as well. I'm not going to grab the... Diver says it just needs a suitcase. That doesn't make sense. Was it just random? I don't know. Try to force it. We don't want to take any more contra weapons, since we have 4. Got a pretty good set at the moment. That one's okay. I think we got the fist upgrade now. Oh, why not? We got the heart. A little too much left-right damage going on, but we do have the homing missiles and the fists. And grab the gold ring. I think Vitaglio right? Yeah. The other ones will skip. We're doing that because this guy gets stronger from being cursed. And the 2 items that I just grabbed are curse-inflicting items. I mean, I guess if the Skullomaniac shows up, we can grab that too. Just to really lean into it. These caped guys are actually really powerful, only in that if they touch you, they're going to tear you apart. They do a lot of damage. I can't remember exactly when they were added, sometime way back in it. But the biggest thing that they do is they guard those 4 power-ups, which were added to create a legitimate way to beat the Crimson Death, the Red Reaper, at the end of normal playthrough. There were buggy ways that you could do it before. And they also provide permanent stat upgrades for the characters. It's a tiny upgrade, but every time you kill one, they drop a golden egg, and it will add like 0.1% or something like that to a stat permanently for that character. So you are encouraged to touch the upgrades, even if you're not going to take them, if you're just going to throw them away, to summon those guys and fight them. Okay, we are at 145. Let's check and see here. Yep. Every level of those cursed items is another 5% attack power. So it should mostly negate the benefits they get as far as health improvements, which is partly the biggest threat. Their movement speed is a problem, but offense in this game is largely by volume. So it's if you can kill them, then you can probably kill a lot of them, kind of thing. But you need to be able to take them down quickly. This will be our last run of it. We're going to run a little bit over as a result. But still, should be good. Should be good. Ding. That one. The Contra characters so far are interesting in that they do have that if you upgrade this stat, it also upgrades this other stat, like their might, which opens some build options. There we go. There's our shotgun upgrade. Prototype B. The long guns was prototype A. I wonder if there's a all the prototypes together kind of weapon too. Close to the end building. Floaty centipede things getting in the way. Go up one street. All right, fan. Thanks for swinging through. Offense is still holding out, so I wonder if it was survival duration, because I did end the last run a little quickly by beating the boss. I wonder if that's what prevented another character unlock after Lance. Maybe we'll have to do another day of this. Very relaxing. Oh, okay, the little drones are firing the original shotgun blasts. This game has everything from swords to guns to magic spells, Ashley. It has done nothing but escalate over time. There's our double fang thing. Get a third card? We haven't gotten a third card yet. Did I drop it on the map somewhere? Oh, speak of the devil. One extra punchy fist. I don't know if that actually does anything with that one. Some things don't actually benefit from a mount properly. Doesn't matter at this point. It's not the most peak nonsense, but we're reaching our end game state as far as offense here. I wish I'd gotten the spinach item. Just get another, plus 50% damage. There's our red whip. These guys are starting to get a lot closer than I'd like. That is the game that we were making, that we are still making, Ashley. The game is inspired by this. I'm trying to make this kind of game. We will be doing more of that at 4 today. We're going to be, after this run that we're doing right here, we're going to wrap up. I'll take a little break, and then we'll be back on. I think I would definitely need some better kit as far as weaponry if I want to use this character to his full potential. Not sure what you mean, Ashley. Like, my stream times currently are noon and 4 U.S. Central Time. I stream for about 3 hours each time. That's 220% might. Oh, in this game. The time is a time until you lose. In endless mode, you can reach a point where you can't lose. You could just sit there forever. But the longest you can go is a little over 30 minutes. You will eventually either be taken out by the Red Reaper, or if you manage to kill, I think, 4 Red Reapers, and eventually there's like 3 or 4 of them on you at once, and they can almost instantly kill you, then the White Reaper will show up, and you cannot escape it. It will end the run. So that is possible. There are particular ways you can go about doing it. But for the most part, 30 minutes, or if you're in hurry mode, it's about 15 minutes, but it'll say 30. Yeah, White Reaper can't be destroyed. We might not make it on this one. Our offense has finally fallen behind the curse shenanigans. Oh, I think we made it. Welcome back, 3. We are just about at the end here. All right. You'll be able to see with the White Reaper here. Red Reaper would show up if we didn't go here in time and get to this fight. I think. So there's White Reaper. As soon as it touches that skull, no matter where I am, you lose. Okay, yep. We needed to evolve the shotgun to unlock the next character. All right. But yeah, that was the new DLC. We have not unlocked everything yet. So I feel like we'll probably do another run of it at some point next week, maybe early. We'll have to see, though. Nice, relaxing day. I hope you all had fun with it. We will be picking back up with our coding stream in about an hour. Uh, so you can swing through and watch. We are making a game where we're trying to do this kind of thing. We're trying to do a Vampire Survivors style game. So if you hadn't seen that kind of game before and were wondering what I was up to, now you have. So we'll go from there. Again, I hope everybody had a good time. And if you haven't already, consider liking, commenting, and subscribing so the algorithms know what to show you next time. I'll see you in about an hour.